Hey everyone, this is Nitro. So in the first video of my Battle Brothers campaign, I did 3 different battles, and my party initially lost several of its recruits, but now they've been significantly improved in terms of equipment. At the very least, one of my characters has an armor that gives 110 armor value, although the other frontline characters are still very vulnerable and easy to kill. Other than that though, my party currently is in Dornheim and about to leave it, and what I've realized is my provisions will only last me 3 more days, so I should probably stock up a bit on more food. So that's what I just used quite a bit of gold to purchase 4 more stacks of food. I now have provisions for 7 days. That should last me for quite a bit of time. So with those purchases done, I'm now ready to move on to the next location out of Dornheim, and I think I'm going to choose to go back towards the west because I had to skip both of these 2 locations, and I saw there were some missions that could be done in those areas. So let's travel there. So my goal here is probably to go to Attendorn, then Windfall, then over to Brunenfell, and then back to that side. So I'm more or less going to be traveling back and forth in this area for quite some time. Maybe even the whole game. So here there's a contract and it says there's some grave robbers. It could be grave robbers, it could be undead in this case. So let's talk money. Wow, 510 gold for this. This could be more dangerous than I expected. But I'll ask. I'll accept it. Marketplace wise, you're definitely not going to do any purchases here while they're in that current state. But I will likely look at getting more recruits. At least this one, the 120 gold one. The 350 gold one is too expensive. It's because he has a sling and some weapons, but I don't need those kind of weapons right now. Brawlers, though, could be okay. Although they do have pretty high daily wages compared to some of my current hires. So you know what? Maybe I'll just skip him. No, I will hire him because I have 2 currently damaged characters, right? These 2 can't really engage right now, so I ultimately decided to hire this guy, right? Yeah, see, he has actually very high melee stat to start, but his stat growths are terrible, so he's another sacrificial character, in other words. Other than that, since those guys are damaged, I'm probably going to look at getting more pitchforks if I can. No pitchforks available, unfortunately. Because if they're damaged, I don't really want them in melee range, so if I could find them pitchforks to work with, they could actually engage at 2 range. But given that's the case, I think what I will do then is maybe rotate their equipment. So give him the pitchfork so he can attack at 2 range, and give this guy the sword and shield that he previously had. Let's just auto sort that. And then similarly, yeah. Let's swap weapons so that he can attack from the back line. I don't really like this guy because his melee attack is actually terrible. Whoops. So because his melee attack is so terrible right now, it's not really worth it. That's a very, very low attack at 47. It's because he lost his fingers. So we'll leave it as is. Good enough. So let's leave. And now travel to the location. The cemetery. which could be undead or could be grave robbers. So, look at how quickly my crowns have disappeared. I had like 1,000 earlier, but now it's already down to 350. Oh! Uh-oh. I was actually wrong. Well, let's engage. These are not enemies that are worth fighting in the early stages. Just as a side note. They're ghouls. Right? They eat each other and get stronger as they eat each other. And the reason they're not worth fighting is because they hit pretty hard against characters without armor. And they don't give much rewards. So, nonetheless, I started the battle, so I'm going to start moving my characters back initially. So I'm trying to take formation on higher terrain. And that's why I'm moving back. So the goal is basically, by being on higher terrain, you have a higher chance to hit the enemies as well. So it's pretty important to take advantage of terrain in the early stages. What would really help as well is if I had archers, but I don't. I just have one slinger, who is going to definitely toss him out. Although she missed twice. I'm mostly ready for them to come in at this point. They're mostly coming from the north side though, so I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful about that too. In terms of character positioning. Yep. All right. So let's start taking them out. Range attackers first, of course. So I'm going to use my archer, my slinger. I'm not going to actually have the slinger attack at this time because slingers can't really attack in melee range. That's going pretty well. A whole bunch of them have died. I'm not going to have the poorly equipped guys attacking right now. And my ranged character just can't hit anything. So this is why armor is so important, right? Some of these other characters are already taking health damage, but this guy with the 110 defense armor has taken no damage at all. So I'm going to move him back. And wait. And wait. Forward. It's kind of a hassle trying to keep my characters alive, especially when so many have no armor. So that's why I'm only exposing my tank. Oh, one of them just ate the other one and grew stronger. And yeah, wow, look at that. After a few attacks, he nearly died there just now. But I'm gonna try to wipe out that guy. And do my best here to wipe out as many of them as possible. Okay, perfect. So this guy will rout, so he's gonna kill himself, most likely. All my swordsmen kill that one. So that just leaves basically one left. This one does pretty well. Oh, he actually retreats. No complaints from me. Because I really did not want to fight that last one. And I'm going to feed the experience for this last kill into my tank character once again. There we go. And let's make it, it's over. So, though these battles can be very, very difficult, but due to the retreat in terrain and taking advantage of that and being able to make them all basically attack Arnold, my well-equipped character, I didn't lose anyone. So that went way better than I thought it would. Which is a relief. You know, that battle just now could have turned very, very badly, depending on what happens. So, let's see. At this point, let's go back to town. Back to Attendorn. 510 crowns. Very nice. The cost of the tools and supplies are actually cheaper here, interestingly enough. So let's just sell the teeth that have no use for me. I think I will buy the tools. Actually, food here is cheaper than the other location. Just realized. It's 51 versus 62. Oh well. And then tools and supplies, 295. Well, we'll pick that up and keep going to the next location. And let's head north first to Windfall, the large stone keep. I think I'm actually going to get there at night, which is a bit annoying because until it opens in the morning, you can't actually purchase anything here. Right, because everything is closed. So I'll have to wait a bit. Until it's morning. Oh, done. There we go. That didn't take too long, actually. So, I can't get the contracts here because the noble houses don't care about me right now. Which is the case in the early game. Oh, and the tools and supplies are 216 here. So actually I can purchase my tools here. That's good to know. Now, what I really want is these bill hooks. Okay. They're for backline. It's a big improvement in damage from the pitchforks, 30 to 50 and to 60 to 90. So long term, these are the weapons I'm looking for, bill hooks. Usually cheaper to buy in towns than they are from these castle locations, but the castle locations have them appear more frequently. Okay. These kind of these locations, generally things are pretty expensive to purchase, but it does offer better gear than the small villages do. So I'm going to buy, I guess, another pitchfork, simply because that way this guy can equip one, right? I'm going to probably replace that with a flail, since I have the flail. And stat growth wise, attack, right? Melee defense. You have to choose between ranged defense or hit points for the last one. Or stamina. I'll do hit points for now. And this is another tank character that I actually do plan to keep, maybe. So well, let's just start with student then. Since I named him, I'll build him in the method that for characters that I plan to keep. This one's a refugee. So attack. What? Hit points and stamina, I guess. Because I think I'm going to use him for special strikes, since he has big stamina growth. So I'm going to change his weapon over to the Morning Star that can use stun attacks, but they use a lot of stamina. And he is so vulnerable that I'm going to Colossus him up to start. This guy has attack growth. He's a rear line character. Wait, this is supposed to be resolve. Crap. I leveled up the wrong stat on him. Banner bearers need high resolve, not high initiative. So maybe I can make him the bannerman instead. So attack, resolve, and and then either hit points or stamina. Or range defense, as the case may be. I'll just do hit points. And perk-wise, let's start with student. So let's rename this guy the Banner Man. And rename this guy because he has this lucky talent, right? Okay, so my party is better configured now, and I'm going to buy these armors, these padded leathers, because they offer a good balance of price versus stats. You know, the basic male shirts offer a lot more defense, right? 115 versus 80, but the price is practically doubled for that. So I generally find that padded leathers are one of the best balanced items for the early stages of the game. So let's pick that one up and give it to one of my tank characters so that he has much more survivability than before, right? At least it's a pretty significant improvement on the armors that give 20 armor and so on. Even these ones may be worth purchasing just because I need armors right now. You know what? Let's do it. So that's one that gives 65. And wow. This guy's heavily injured as well. So he goes into the back line too. So why don't I armor this guy up? He can move up to the front line again, since he's at good hit points once more. So you can kind of tell that it's about kind of putting on the front line characters who are relatively healthy, and then putting on the back line characters who are heavily injured, and just balancing that all out. Pretty good now. And finally, let's get rid of some of the garbage equipment once more and move on. My gold is down to 375 from the various upgrades I've made to this party, and now that was a very expensive location to visit, but we'll move on to Brunhinfall. So getting the 2,000 crowns while imported will probably take some time because I'm more focused right now on making my party be survivable as opposed to aiming to just get this new weapon, the banner. Alright, so no missions here, right? prices are high because of the rule, and 230 is too expensive for me to hire right now, so we'll move on. So the next location to travel to is either one of these two. Let's check out the larger village, since I haven't visited that yet. Day 4, you know, they charged my 109 crowns for supporting my party, so I really need more missions to do. In some ways I might have overspent, because you try to keep around, yeah, you want to keep gold on hand, right? Otherwise you may go broke. But fortunately this location, ambush trade routes and witch burnings, but the recruits are just standard. Whatever. So let's get these missions done. I'll hire recruits after the battle, because right now I have no gold. Wow, 400 for tools. No. I think this is because of the ambush trade routes effect. So let's take a look at these. Blah blah blah. So what is... They lost a relic. I'm always going to be... Okay. So I think I'll think about that one, because I want to take out the ambush trade routes first. Which is this one. Let's accept that. There we go. So, in general, I would say these brigands are my favorite enemies to fight in the early game, because they give the best equipment out of all the enemies you face at this time. Right? They can give armor and stuff like that. So let's engage. So there are a few archers. And generally speaking, if you face archers, you actually want to face them at nighttime. So I'm going to actually wait till it turns into night. Because at nighttime, archers have less accuracy. So, as usual, I'll let them maneuver into my lines, so I'm just going to end everyone's turns first. Let them move up. Wow, they're really hanging back. Is it because they have more ranged characters than I do? That's why they're hanging back? So that's one of the problems of having so many ranged characters. Or sorry, not having enough ranged characters. Because they choose not to attack your lines that way. If they think they have a ranged advantage, they will choose to hang back instead of moving in to attack you. Which is a pain. Yeah, so that's what, because they have 2 ranged characters, I have 1, they're not charging my lines as a result. Oh, this guy is weaponless. Oops. So. In this case, I might as well just range attack as much as I can. Because they're not moving up. bizarre. If they're literally gonna stand there, I'm gonna get all the time in the world to attack. So this might be a small bug, actually. I'm just gonna end up one's turn then. They're not even moving up at all to try to attack me. This is weird. So I'm just gonna keep tossing range attacks at this guy till he falls. And the reason I can do that is because my archer is on higher terrain, right? That's why these guys can't attack, because I'm not in range. Okay, yeah, now they're starting to move a little bit. Just a bit though. Space, 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 space. Might also be, oh, I think I know what this actually is. I have some people who is extending my view range so I can see the enemy, and I think they actually can't see me right now. That's why they've been hanging back initially, because they don't even see me at all. Now that this guy moved up, they should be able to see me and they should be able to strike. Should. But they're still not. Well, in that, I'm going to keep striking them then. As long as I can get free damage, I'm going to totally take advantage of that. The archers moved up. And they moved back? Okay, good. Here we go. Alright. So I'm not going to want to engage this guy. So let's just avoid him. Let him move into my range rather than the other way around. I'm going to continue to toss out range attacks. As for the rest, let's start striking. Going to Shieldwall here. And riposte. And attack. And let's shift down and strike. Get rid of one. Alright. Down that guy very easily. Waiting for them to close in. Come on. Perfect. So let's stab In they come. So after the initial skirmish, they're now all moving in, which is a good thing. Meanwhile, their archers are acting like idiots. Okay. Well, they finally started attacking. Wow, 2 attacks didn't kill this guy. There we go. The 3rd one did. I think I'm going to start sending these guys charging at the enemy range characters, because those guys I really want to kill. I need weaponry. What is that guy doing? Yeah, they're running away. Pretty much what they expected. Can I get into... Yes, I can get into melee range of that one. There we go. So I'm going to want to close the distance on this guy as well to lock him down. And I'm not going to catch the archer, but I'll catch this guy at least. Oof. He took a hit, but it was worth it. Yeah, and that the archer successfully ran away, but I'm okay with that. At least I catch this one. Or I catch 2 of them, I should say. So, only 1 enemy managed to retreat, which is acceptable. And it's over. So not bad. Didn't really pick up any armors, but I picked up some more helmets and weapons, most importantly. And a sling. So there we go. So that battle was kind of weird, I guess, because of the combination of nighttime with them having more ranged characters than me. But ultimately, it kind of worked out. I'm going to change him to bring the flail. Right? The flails can ignore shields, so I do like them as weapons. And melee defense for sure. Melee skill for sure, so he can have... And then I think I'll do hit points rather than stamina. The hit point versus stamina, I think it's kind of hard to balance, but I think survival, that's probably the hardest choice between hit points and stamina, honestly speaking. So I picked up Colossus on my tank character to make him have. And then next is I think Pathfinder. Okay. This is the guy with the missing finger, who I'm using as a tank, but well, that kind of sucks. 2 growth, 1 growth. Those are usually the stats that you pick, but when both of them are that terrible, it's hard to pick which one to use. I guess I'll do stamina. And here, let's just Colossus him up. And here, 1 attack. Hit points, stamina, get the 1 attack. Very disappointing though, for 1 attack. Well, let's give him fast adaptation. Or actually Pathfinder. Pathfinder you pretty much want on everyone because of the height level. It's pretty much a critical skill if you plan to use terrain, because it allows you to move properly through high and low terrain. There we go. I don't think I've really equipped up all the new weapons yet. And armors. So let's get that set up. So now a bunch more have these armors and helmets, and I can start giving my backline characters some of this equipment too. And I will accept this mission, but I'm going to wait till it turns into daytime before I actually look into doing it. Because I want to, so the mission's down there. I want to buy some stuff before I do the mission. So done. There we go. Let's take a look at the men. So another brawler and a rat catcher. Marketplace wise, a warfork, which is a better version of the pitchfork. Definitely picking that one up. And the costs are much more reasonable now, 64 to 84. So warfork though, that's a priority. And going to sell the short sword. A lot of the items that I don't plan to use. I'll hold on to the rest because I can repair these and get more gold for them. Right? The warfork is definitely going to get equipped. Let's find a good character to use it. He has 56. Probably him. I'm going to have to start looking for a second range character though, because it would help. Alright. So let's just keep hiring, I guess. See what they do. I'll hire this guy first. Weasel. And in good spirits. Not much good. And I'll throw him some gear and use him. Because I don't care if he dies. And Otwin, expensive upkeep, so I'm not really a fan of brawlers. I mean, brawlers generally have good stats, don't get me wrong, but they apparently also cause fights and so on, which it's a pain. Their unique aspect is not a good thing. So they're not my preferred hire. You know, I prefer characters like farmhands and whatnot, or militia, of course. So even this brawler, I probably will remove eventually. He's just a temporary hire. A lot of them are getting these effects, which is not. Okay, let's swap them out again, since this guy's injured. So, toss him the gear, toss him that set, and then we're good. And this guy could use more armor, but I don't have any on hand, so we'll leave him as is. So I guess right now my priority is get more armors before I recruit more characters, because any recruits I make right now are just liable to die. Meh. Too lazy to chase those guys. They don't give me. The rewards they give are not worth chasing them. Oh, orc hunters. That could be interesting. There we go. So, undead. Many ancient auxiliaries. Alright, so long line of undead, but I think let's see what happens. Yeah, this time I think I'm willing to move up to engage them. Just going to wait on most of my backline characters though. In they come. It's weird how if they move into your battle line, you lose some morale. But deal with it. Wait on him because I want this guy. I want my, I guess, my backline guys to get into range to attack. Uh-oh. A lot of my characters are missing. Which is not good. There we go, one down. and he got hit twice, which is making him flee. Not good. Wow, this is really bad. My guys are hitting shields, not the characters, over and over again. Why I gave this guy a flail, but he got knocked into retreating right away. Fortunately, he escaped there. And fortunately, these guys with shields always activate Shieldwall instead of attacking twice. So, lots to be thankful for. Because if they attacked twice, I think I would be in a lot more trouble. Although Shieldwall had its own difficulties, as we see. My guys are not hitting them at all. Come on. Oh boy. Uh-oh, he attacked twice instead of shield wall that time. Good. The tide is turning. There we go. Meanwhile, my tank is running away. Awkward. Alright, so let's try knocking him down with the repel skill. There we go. Because that separates him from my character that was nearly able to die and is fleeing. Right. That was worth doing. just gonna have everyone else wait because I want him to attack that healthy guy first. Here. Yep, perfect. So now everyone can jump in. Done. Finally. That was a very, very long battle. Picked up a few more helmets and some shields. Although I didn't really get anything, no armors. Well, not really surprised. I seem to be destroying all their armors before I can kill them, right? Relic received. Nobody died yet again, which is a nice bonus. Although this guy got cut leg muscles now. Still need more. Better armors is what I'm still looking for. Meanwhile, the front line is getting better and better helmets. A lot of them, actually. And I picked up a few more useful shields, so we can equip those as well. And we'll repair this one. So at this point, I no longer have to use bucklers, right? Because now I all have shields, so. These weapons are probably being sold, although I'll repair some of them. The spears, not so much, not worth repairing. Not worth repairing the broken swords either. And I'm going to just shift the injured characters to the center of my battle line, so that it's the healthier ones on the edges. Karsten. More attack. Might as well get some range defense here, right? And some hit points. Just double checking. Yeah. So, attack. I don't know. Because I may use him on the front lines. Attack is guaranteed. You know what, let's just do this. We'll skip hit points and fatigue for now. And he's on his second perk, or first perk. Pathfinder. Pathfinder. And stat growth, I said he's going to be my resolve character, so we'll grow that stat for sure. So attack, resolve, and then either hit points or range defense. I don't think he needs stamina, but I'm not actually sure about that. It's actually been a bit too long since I've played this. Okay, so there we go. Let's move back. I think I'll get there right before night, so that I can do my purchases just right before. So let's take a look. 305 is still very expensive. So I'm going to buy these at the Citadel, as I mentioned. Food is still kind of expensive, actually. I don't know. High spirits, actually, I think increased the prices of things, not decreased it. Interesting. Oh, let's sell those. Let's sell these. Right, the broken weapons. I'll hold on to the short swords because they can potentially be used, as well as the axe. Silver bowl. Oh, wow. That was a good chunk of change. And the question is whether I want more warforks over pitchforks. I think I do. Especially with the size of my party, right? Let's purchase that one. And I might as well hire the brawler. You know what? I'm out of band-aids. That's another supply I have to purchase. But it's so expensive here. We'll buy it anyways. Okay, another mission. So track down a group. Alright, for 210. Accept it and start that mission. And actually, let's equip up this last guy that I just got. What is he? Loyal, in good spirits, growth of melee, good hit points, and growth of melee defense. He's actually worth keeping. I got another character worth keeping. Okay. Melee attack, melee defense. You know what? Let's throw range defense. Battle line is getting really long, much longer than it normally is, because of the special effect of this particular start, the militia. So. Will not heal because you have no medical supplies. Crap. But I just purchased some, so he will heal. Alright, let's leave it. And move on. So, find the tracks to follow, which is these things right here. Thieves, which are brigands. So thugs and raiders, my favorite enemies to fight. Because they drop good armors. The raiders do anyways. Right, so I see a whole bunch of raiders with decent armors. So hopefully I can take advantage of that. Oops, I forgot to give Otwin a weapon. So he's useless. Let's just let them charge my lines as usual. Loot, 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 loot. So I'm going to want this guy to attack, like so. Mostly though, I'm going to want to form up a battle line instead of attacking, because I don't want to take 2 hits from these enemies. So I'm just moving up, create that battle line that I mentioned. Alright, so with this positioning, I can force them to come into my lines, and they should generally just attack once. Right? Oh wow. He's heavily injured. Let's move him back. And stab. Oof. Whoa! Just like that, 2 of my backline characters died. And that's why, once again, armor is so important. He just chopped right through them because they had no armor. Wow. That sucks. 2 pitchforksmen died, just like that. Oh well. One enemy left now. Going to wait for him to attack first. There we go. So yeah, Arnold dies, Toberian dies, just like that. And I don't get any armors yet again. Darn it! It's because I kept attacking. I know why. It's because I keep attacking in a way that destroys them. You know, but there's nothing I can do about that. Until I get superior weaponry that can kill them with a hit on the head, it's going to be very luck based on whether I get armors or not. It's a shame though, because that battle had a lot of potential armors to loot. So let's move back, finish the mission. which was probably a loss because I lost more characters than I got. But I can recruit new ones, so. Let's take a look. I'm going to want to repair these. And now I have a few more wooden shields, which are actually better than these auxiliary shields. They offer the same amount of stat increase, but they have 24. They last longer, right? They have 24 rather than 16. So I can start giving them those shields instead for my front line. Other than that, this guy is going to turn into a pitchforkman for now. I now have a helmet that gives 110 defense. So let's equip that up. And then my backline characters are starting to get helmets that give 70. The archer continues to get stat increases. And guess I'll continue to buff up his hit points a bit. It's kind of, you do need stamina, that's the thing. So that's why I'm kind of torn on what to give him. Nonetheless, for now I'll give him quick hands as well. Or Pathfinder. So he's going to want Pathfinder, quick hands, and the bag as well. So there's a whole bunch of things I have to give him in terms of skills. Roger. More attack. More hit points, and more range defense. Pathfinder for now. Attack, hit points, range defense. And Pathfinder as well. Party is getting steadily leveled up. And this guy, somehow he's surviving. So I'll level him up accordingly. He's not really a character I plan to use long term, so he's going to get just perks that make him live at the front lines. But I can really tell that I need better gear for a lot of these guys soon. You know what? let's recruit a bunch of these guys. I mean, I'm not going to recruit him because I don't want the dagger and he's too expensive at 420. But these two should be okay for new recruits to replace the two I lost. And what do they have? Oh, yes! So the thief managed to have iron lungs. That is the best perk you can get for characters, because fatigue is a big issue. But he has pretty bad attack stats, unfortunately. So we'll see what I do with him. As for the other one, attack growth, range growth, and melee defense growth. But his range skill is very, very weak. So yeah, they'll make, I guess, frontline characters for now. Better than none kind of situation. Rotating gear around. I think I need a second flailsman. Give him a shield. There we go. Best I can do for now. So there we have it. Another battle completes, and we're going to stop here for this video. You know, party is steadily getting more powerful. I have more characters now at level 3, for example, and I'm maintaining around 14 characters, but I really do need more armors. So I'm going to have to try to earn more gold and buy more armors from the Citadel. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Nitro out.